Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Mitchell, and I'm here with Flora, and we're going to read Chapter 18 to you today from The Adventures of a South Pole Pig. "Where's my cat?" shouted Amos as he came clumping down the stairs the next morning. Again, Sophia pressed close to Flora while Amos delivered a delicious-smelling mixture of bread and gravy and squash rinds. He cursed as he stuck his bare hand into the bucket and swished the last drops of gravy into Flora's bowl. "Nothing but rats in Amos's kitchen." His voice bounced off the sides of the hold. "Hey, cat, I find you, I strangle you myself and feed you to the rats." He stomped off. Flora didn't take her usual few bites of food this time. Instead, she slowly moved until she was standing over her bowl. Sophia stood next to her. After Sophia's pep talk yesterday, and after Sophia agreed to handle the death bites, they decided that today would be all or nothing. Flora even sensed a quietness from the rats, as if they knew a change was coming. "Watch out," Sophia whispered. Flora couldn't see anything. Cats had better eyes in this sort of light than pigs. Then the Rat King waddled out of the darkness. Sophia hissed, and he stopped and sniffed the air. He was clearly more worried about challenging a determined-looking cat than he was about tangling with a pig. He took another step forward, and Sophia hissed again, but the rat simply continued on, and Flora felt the old weakness in her knees again. "Okay, now," whispered Sophia, "get him." Flora's mind went blank. She never did get the hang of Sophia's training. What was she supposed to do? Leap? Claw? Bite? The rat seemed to smell Flora's fear, and he stood up, opened his mouth, and brought his teeth together with a snap. A flash of anger surged through Flora. How dare this dirty little bully with his dirty little friends demand that she give up her food? Like Nessie from the farm, Flora was fed up, and a mean streak she never knew she had flared. And in a flash she spun around, cocked her back foot, and shot it out behind her like a horse. She felt it connect and heard the Rat King land with a soft clink on her discarded chain. "Yow!" shouted Sophia. "That was perfect!" Flora turned to look at her enemy stretched out and still. She couldn't believe what she had done. Then the rat's back leg twitched. "Sophia!" she called, not moving her eyes from him. He twitched again. "Sophia, do something! It's killer instinct time!" Sophia sprang into action and sank her teeth into the king's neck. "Here comes another one!" Flora hoped she could do it again. Sophia let her victim loose and crouched next to Flora. "Make me proud, deputy!" Every hair on Sophia's back stood on end. The second rat darted close. Flora spun around. "Pow!" she muttered to herself as she lashed out another kick. The rat tumbled tail over whiskers, and Sophia was on him until he stopped moving. She gave this one a shake before slinking back to Flora's side. 2 down, only 200 to go. Flora circled her bowl, she still filled with delicious-smelling food. The thieving mob had crept out from behind the boxes, whiskers quivering. The rats whined and clenched their teeth in frustration. They foamed and twisted over and around themselves, a great surging mass of fur. They weren't looking at the food any longer. They were watching Flora's hind feet. The rats in front suddenly charged. She spun in place and fired both back hooves at the oncoming furry bodies. Rats tried to climb her, and she shook them off, ignoring their sharp claws. Again she lashed out. Again and again. Sophia darted around to the stunned ones to deliver bites. Finally, the remaining rats scattered into the shadows, moaning and whining. 8 kills! Sophia leaped into the air, then danced a victory dance. "I did it! I killed a rat. I killed 8 rats. I really did it." Flora sat, dazed and proud. "I'm unbelievable," Sophia crowed. "I'm the queen of cats, the enemy of rats, the sheriff of 1,000 teeth. Beware my killer instinct." She stood on her hind legs and looked into Flora's eyes. "All that training I gave you sure paid off, ma chérie," she said. "You can thank me later. Come on, let's celebrate. I'm starving." The two friends had a wonderful feast. Actually, Flora thought she could have eaten a little more, but she was glad to share with the sheriff. After they were finished, they dragged each rat carcass by the tail over to the stairs, putting them in a neat row. Then they found a corner to curl up in together for an after-battle nap. What treats would Amos bestow on her now, when he saw what a useful creature his little pig was? Surely he would grant her not just special slops, but freedom. She imagined stepping out of the hold and into the sunshine with Sophia, walking down the line of dog cages. Word would have spread about her hidden talent, and she wouldn't be able to hold her head high enough. All right, that's it for today, boys and girls. Can't wait to see what happens tomorrow. Bye-bye.